Today, we're going to learn about titanium. We are paying down our HMRC debt by doing big jobs and little jobs like this. This is a titanium exhaust pipe. Obviously, it's had a little bit of damage here, and it is affecting the horsepower output of this high performance engine. Now, this particular pipe was only available from BMW factory. It's made by Ekoprovic, but it was supplied directly to BMW. You can't buy these, and this one needs to be repaired. This flat spot here is obviously taken an impact of some kind. Our job is to make this all round again, and pretty, obviously. A lot of people think that titanium is this magical material that can't be welded or worked with or is very hard to work with. It's actually very, very similar to working with stainless steel. It's hard on your tools, but it welds exactly the same. You do need to keep it very, very clean, but we're going to dispel some of the myths around it today. A lot of people think that titanium is extremely hard to weld. It's not. It's actually easier than stainless steel. Stainless steel is easier to weld than aluminium, and aluminium is easier to weld than mild steel, which kind of implies that this is one of the easiest materials to weld, and you know what? It is. The reason this has a really bad reputation is because it's usually used by people in the automotive or aerospace industries. Obviously, with aerospace stuff, you need it to be right. And it's not so much that the welding is hard, it's the process around it. So there's lots of extra steps that they take to make sure it's 100%. But on an exhaust like this, they usually only last 5 or 6 races before they snap anyway, because titanium work hardens. So what we do is we do it the best we can with what we have, and it's likely to break or fail somewhere else on the pipe before any of the work that we do will ever fail. So obviously in aerospace, if something fails, you've got 200 people's lives at stake. Whereas if that bracket comes off, you've got a bit of a noisy fairing, very different stakes. So with this particular piece, we're going to push this dent out, sand all the scratches away, and then maybe we'll even put the color back into it just to show you how it's done. Now, the methods. There's a few different ways of doing this. This needs to go back to the customer tonight. If I had a few more days, I'd be able to order a kit that you bolt on each end, and then you can put a little tire valve on that, and then it pressurizes the inside. But I need to get this back in a few hours. So what I'm going to do is weld a cap on here and 2 caps on this end, just to make it airtight. Then I'm going to pressurize the inside and heat that side so it pushes out. Things I find interesting that nobody else finds interesting. Mild steel angle grinder sparks are orange. High-speed tool steel, kind of a dull orange, but small sparks. Titanium, white sparks. Luke has just told me that they use titanium in fireworks. That's how they make them that color. Follow me for more tips and tricks.
Right, let's get to it. First thing we need to do is make some caps. I don't actually have any sheet titanium in stock, so we're going to have to use whatever is available to me. All I've got is a 60mm pipe.
I didn't realise how bendy it was.
It's only like 0.6.
Yeah.
It's like tinfoil.
And because of how thin it is, it makes it super easy to straighten.
So we've made this out of a piece of tube, hammered it kind of flattish, but now it's all horrible looking. So what we're going to do is put it in a roller. And what that will do, it will put a roll into it. It will put, like, see that shape there? But now at least it's flat and even. And I can just bend that over and it'll be flatter than it was.
So before we weld it, we need to give it a big clean. And to give it a big clean, we need some big air. So let's turn on our HPC compressor and then get it in our aqua blaster. But before we weld these plates on, we need to get everything super clean. So now it's clean, let's show you how we're going to fill this with air.
The idea of what we're doing here is to get some high pressure air onto the inside of this link pipe. So, as we said, we're going to cap them, but how do we get the air in through the caps? We drill a hole through the middle of one cap, and then we cut up an old inner tube. We'll pop the Schrader valve through the cap, and nothing bolted on, then we can get air into the link pipe. Now, because we're going to be doing all the heating on this end, we're going to put the Schrader valve at this end just to keep the heat away from it so it doesn't damage the rubber on the Schrader valve. It's got rubber sealing it.
It's clever.
It's just metal.
It's just titanium, isn't it?
I've worked for 50 years in aerospace and that's not the right way to do it.
Do you know who we need right now?
Be a plumber.
Oh, you little weasels. Yeah, you. Shut up. They're broken now. Brilliant.
So now we've been told, let's carry on and get these caps welded on.
Is the alphabet a kind of math?
I don't think so.
If you keep adding letters together, you get a word.
I think he's right.
Girls don't like boys, girls like cars and money, but they also like this week's sponsor, Refund Club. I've just bought this project car and like every project, it's in pieces. And while I was sorting out all the paperwork and bits and pieces, I found out some stuff I genuinely didn't know. Because if you've ever had car finance or PCP on a car that you've owned since 2007, there's a chance you could be owed money. Because of hidden commission that some nasty lenders added on top of finance deals. Now, obviously, I'm a YouTuber now, so I have enough money to buy this car outright. But if you have had finance or PCP on a car that you've had recently, click the link below. It takes about 60 seconds to check and see if you are owed any money. If you've got any friends or family that you know have borrowed money to buy a car, then you can recommend it to them too. And at an average payment of about £829, if you've had 2 cars on finance, that's double. So when you're finished watching this video, check out Refund Club. It only takes about 60 seconds to see if you're owed any money. And thank you very much to Refund Club for sponsoring this video. Oh god. Okay, so that's all the welding done. We're going to put a little seal around the Schrader valve here, and then we're going to do a pressure test and we're going to film it because we know how you commenters get if we don't film the pressure test. It's leaking both ends. That's good because when you heat it, the pressure rises. So we don't want to get it out of control. Yeah, it's intentional.
I know it sounds like I'm joking, but this is actually going to be fine.
So what I'm doing is considered a little bit sketchy. So we're going to put our PPE on.
So I don't want to get this too hot. If it gets too hot, it will turn into a liquid and then spray out directly into my face. I'm monitoring the temperature by the colour of the material after I've heated it. So cherry red is okay, orange is okay. If it starts to go a slightly white orange, that's the danger zone. That's when it can start to turn into a liquid. So I avoid that at all costs.
Do you know what? I didn't think that'd come out, and I ain't seen that done. The theory makes sense, but wow, like, that just literally popped out with an air compressor out of a car. Really? What can't Bob do? What can't he do? Are you impressed with that? How that come out?
Yeah, it's good.
Or did you know that was going to do that?
I know how to do it.
Of course you did.
So all we need to do now is take the mucky welds off each end of this pipe dress it up and return it to the customer.
So it's back to the shape it was when it first came out of the factory. Now let's get it on the satin wheel, give it all a bit of a brush up into the aqua blaster for a final finish before we put the colour in it. So one thing the aqua blaster is really good at doing is showing up imperfections in the material. So what we do notice is a little bit of road rash here. So we're going to sand over that very much like what we do with the polishing systems before, and we'll flat it down a little bit, put it back through the aqua blaster, and then it'll look perfect.
So to fix that road rash perfectly, we would need to cut that section out of the pipe and replace it. But because this is going onto a race bike and is likely to get crashed again, we've just filed it down, brushed over and cleaned it. And it looks mint.
So when you heat titanium, it starts to oxidize, like most metals do. Now the cool thing about titanium is titanium's oxide, or titanium's rust, can be of a range of different colors between blue, green, purple, gold, etc, etc. So you can do something pretty cool with it.
When you're heating the titanium with the blowtorch is actually keeping the oxygen away. The colour comes when the oxygen has contact with the titanium, and the colour is dependent on the temperature of the titanium when it reaches the oxygen.
I'm bored now, but you get the idea. I've run out of oxyacetylene, but if I did have it, I'd be able to pinpoint exactly where I'm putting the heat, and it would make it look like I've just welded it and it all looks like it was never touched before. So now you know how the colour is put into the exhaust pipe. Let's get this cleaned again because it's not actually a desirable colour. It looks cool, doesn't really cause any issue whatsoever, and it's naturally going to happen that with the heat of the engine going through it anyway, but we want to give this back to the customer absolutely perfect.
For example, purple is 270 degrees, blue is 300 degrees, and that light blue colour is 315 degrees.
So that's that job all done, and it's another chunk of change taken off our HMRC bill. So it's gone from this much to about this much. If you've got any jobs at home that you want us to do, send us a short video about what you want us to do for you, and we can quote you up. We also do welding lessons on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and sometimes Thursdays. And we get you to a very high standard, even if you've never ever welded before. So you can come along if you want to improve your welding or learn titanium welding, or even if you've never welded before, you can come along and just have a bit of crack. And remember, we are a growing channel, and the more subscribers we get, the more videos you get to watch. So hit that subscribe button, please. It makes a big difference, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.